Welcome back to another episode featuring a conversation with YouTube presenter, Mr. Regular from Regular Car Reviews. Brought to you by APiDA Online, this is Offtrack. What would be your dream for, I guess, your life? Like, what would be a goal that you'd like to set? It could be as vague as...
It is so weird now that I'm doing what I want to do. I want to be a car journalist. Now, you have your avarice dreams, like I want to be the next Top Gear. Of course, everybody's thinking that,
Right.
especially now. Then there's a realistic dream. The realistic dream is I want to own my own house, finally have a garage for myself. I don't have to park on the street anymore.
Okay.
I could have a ranch. I'm like, something like these. One of these would be nice. And be able to be comfortable. A lot of people go right to money, but I suppose when you don't have any, it plays such a antagonist role in your life.
Right.
Which is something Corolla said once. Like, when money was something you need to hold on to with both hands, or else it'll go away. You need to hide it away like a rodent. You need to, and he used the phrase, and if you listen to a lot of his stuff, you would have heard it. Most people are in save a penny mode, and what you need to be in
Earn a buck mode.
Yeah. Right. That's the mode. If I could ask, and I know we were talking about what's your dream thing. I'll come back to that. If I could ask one person, if I could ask Corolla one question, it would be, how do you get into earn a buck mode?
I asked him that question.
Oh yeah?
I asked him that question.
Yeah.
It's not in the interview. But it's not in the interview that I posted on YouTube, but I do have it on camera, and I'll be releasing that on a podcast. I'll let you listen to it.
Nice.
But yeah, I definitely asked him that question. I also asked him, how do you get from, because he says this other thing, how you live a good life versus living the good life. And I said, how do you make the distinction, and at what point do you switch? You know, go from living a good life to the good life. Because living a good life means, yeah, you can have a house and have a garage and be comfortable, right? But living the good life means, at any moment's notice, I just want to go to Paris for the weekend. And I want to go on a yacht, or stuff that usually requires a lot of money or a lot of resources or connections, something like that. Is it still not finding us?
You can't find it. If you stay on 895,
I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, my favorite feature, look between the seats. Little felt strip so nothing falls in. Yeah. Why doesn't every car have that?
Oh. Yeah, it was the good life. What would I want? It is too soon for me to make grand, sweeping proclamations of what I want, because at this time, this is early May 2015, RCR is just about breaking even, but me, Mr. R, am still losing $1,000 a month.
Right.
In just living. So right now the goal is I'd like to live as an automotive journalist. I'd like to live as a writer.
Right.
I'd like to be able to know that I'm good now. I don't have to worry about tax season. I don't have to. Again, it was something Corolla said. He said in one of the books, he said, you know, when you're doing good, you get that $100 parking ticket. You feel bad, but later that day you're thinking of something else.
Right.
Whereas before, that ruined your month. That $100 thing ruined your month.
Yeah.
I remember getting a speeding ticket, and paying that ruined half my summer. Because I was a teenager.
Yeah.
It ruined half my summer. I had enough money, now I don't have any money. That took all my money.
Yeah.
That low three-digit figure took all my money.
I remember rationing for gas, you know?
Yeah.
How much money do you have? And you have to tell the guy, well, in New Jersey, you tell them how much, it's like a full service thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you go like, oh, put $6 in the tank, or you know,
Look at that guy passing on the double yellow.
He has somewhere to go. He's in a Chevy Aveo. Listen, you can't mess with results. That guy, that guy is results driven. But yeah, I mean, money is something that I don't think it's a goal for me to reach a certain amount of money, because there's no amount of money that can make you successful.
Right.
But for me, at least, I'd want to leave a legacy. It doesn't have to be, you know, a legacy of children or anything, because I honestly don't like kids. I don't think I'd want to have any kids, at least in the near future.
Yeah, me neither.
But I'd want to. I'm guessing I'm going around.
Yeah,
here.
these are old farm roads that used to follow the paths of where the properties were.
Yeah, but the legacy was legacy of ideas. You know, after I'm gone, the only thing that will survive me truly is what I write and the ideas that I put forward. And if somebody looks me up, somebody will say, you know, either, oh, who, or this guy had some good ideas, or this guy was an asshole, or what have you.
Right.
So that's what I want to leave behind. And I think if unless you have something like that, then you're not really doing anything. You know, at least in my mind, like, I want something where people kind of recognize something I did or something I'm doing as helpful to society and at large. And money will come from that. You know?
I want to be able to go to a restaurant and order what looks good, not what's the cheapest.
Oh yeah.
Or look at the menu.
Yeah.
I want to roll into town and say, oh, that hotel looks nice, let's stay there.
Right.
Instead of, where's the cheap place?
Well, one of the things that it's not a mantra, but it's something I keep in my head, and it's money. This was said by Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank.
Okay.
And he says money buys freedom. And money buys him the freedom to do whatever he wants. He says, I'm doing everything that I want to do all the time. If I don't want to do it, there's nothing anybody else can do to stop me. If he wants to leave Shark Tank, he can just go and do it. He's not financially obligated to do anything.
Right.
You know?
Like we were talking before at lunch, the greatest thing is not having to wake to that alarm clock.
Right. Yeah.
Now, of course, you still have to do, because if you have a plane, you have to
Yeah.
go to a plane, or you have to get up and do something. But you're getting up to do something you would want to do. And so, gosh, I'm 33. Now, I know a lot of people, when they start in the whole YouTube thing, or when they have some success, they're in their early 20s. I'm in my early 30s.
They're 12 and
12
they're driving their first Ferrari by 16.
Christ. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know that aspect, and it's hard to make your own way. You know,
you have a choice here. You can go straight and follow 895, or you can make a left-hand turn here, and this might be faster.
I'll take a
Go up
left.
183, yeah. Hill climb.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, making your own way, it doesn't mean that you don't have an alarm clock. It just means that somebody else doesn't tell you what time to set.
Right. That's good, yeah. The alarm clock is not the harbinger, is that the right word?
Yeah.
Harbinger of bad news, or harbinger of it's time for the toil.
Yeah.
It's time to begin the toil.
Because when you're working for somebody else, you're essentially making their dreams come true.
Yeah. You're exchanging your time for money.
Well, yeah, you're selling. You're essentially, the only thing you're selling is your time and your effort. And you're selling that, say, somebody making minimum wage, which is like, what, $8-something an hour, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good now.
Well, you're selling an hour of your time for $8.
I remember when that crap was $5.75.
I worked when it was $5.75. I had a retail job, and
doesn't that blow?
It was. But here's the thing: it got me to the point where I knew that this wasn't what I wanted to do. I did not want to do this.
At the same time, I remember when I was working retail, I was an asshole. I was a little snarky little shit. I was a 20-nothing, thinking I had the greatest ideas in the world.
These people are idiots.
I'm gonna watch Idiocracy and pretend I'm the greatest person in the world, man.
Did you like that movie?
No.
I didn't.
I understand it.
I like the premise. I think it was fun.
I think I look at if I want to intellectualize Idiocracy, right? I'd say it's just it's a reaction to it's a reaction to the second Bush administration or whichever administration it was released in. It was a reaction to the new dumb or the new hyper conservative or the AM talk radio world. It was a reaction to that.
I guess. I think it was a little too simplistic, like too on the nose on some of the things, like some of its concepts, but it was fun. What is this?
Deer.
Oh, deer.
You know, a deer gets hit, they swell up for a little bit of all the gas inside.
Ooh, then they blow up.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, the state.
They call them deer bombs.
Yeah, deer bombs.
Wow, it's a really nice view.
Thank you. Thank the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
I gotta take you by where I live, and it's a piece of shit. Such a piece of shit. Well, yeah. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. What were we talking about?
The weirdness of money. I feel a guilt that I'm getting paid to do something that is not toil. I remember I was at the gym. This isn't a humble brag or anything, but I was talking to my boxing instructor. Mm-hmm. I don't box. I'm a tourist in there.
Right.
I'm hitting the heavy bag. Look at me. Although it's a great workout.
Yeah.
And he knows that he doesn't know the extent of, because I want to tell people about RCR, but I'm in this area of PA, I'm the only one around here doing this.
Right.
Or doing the YouTube thing. And I feel alien because I had to explain it twice to my accountant. What on earth I was making money for, and she never heard of it. I mean, why would she? Everybody around here, you need an accountant, you have a warehouse.
So you just talk in a camera and people give you money?
It was like that. It was like, do you choose the ads or no?
So do you work for like a company that does this?
I guess what Google pays.
Are you a reporter? Do you report on it?
Kind of. All right. And then once I showed her the books, I was like, okay. You seem to know what you're doing.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, I want to tell people, oh, I drove this car today, I drove that car today, but do you want to call it tall poppy syndrome? Or that I don't want to say that I get to drive all these cool cars, I don't have to get up to an alarm clock, and I get to do exactly what I want to do.
I understand exactly. Yeah. Because you want to say, oh my God, I just had the craziest experience. I got out
of a car that cost more than that house.
Yeah. And then you have to deal with people that are posting on Facebook, hey, I just went to an Applebee's, and that's the highlight of my weekend. Make it right?
You can't. Just stay in this lane.
I can make it right.
Okay.
I can go.
See, that's part of my personality that, again, I'm worried always that I'm humble bragging, and if I never want to force my way in, because that guy matters more than me.
Oh, of course.
I don't want to inconvenience anyone, and I enjoy being anonymous because that means we can work in public, and there is no one knows who you are, and we film in such a way that if you saw us filming an episode, you had to be looking for us. I film stealthily. We don't even have the cameras outside of the car. They film right through the glass.
Yeah.
And because I don't want to roll around. Because do you ever see the documentary Stranger with a Camera? It's from the 70s. Okay. No. It talked a little bit about Appalachia, which not this part of Pennsylvania. I think they were talking about West Virginia. But anyway, it was the effect of a camera has on some people. That it still has now with GoPros, it's a little bit different because they're smaller. But you whip out a DSLR, that scary looking thing.
Yeah. And the big bulk, and then people start acting weird around it.
What are you doing? What are you taking pictures of? Who told you could be here? Who told you?
Isn't that the whole Anthony
Who told
Cumia
you
thing?
could do this? What?
Isn't that the whole Anthony Cumia thing where, you know, he got, he got fired from Opie and Anthony. And did you hear about the story?
Is this the guy who pulled a gun on someone?
No. Anthony Cumia was a co-host for Opie and Anthony. He was the Anthony part. And he goes around, he lives in New York, he goes around and he takes pictures of people at night, and he went into Times Square, and he has a DSLR, you know, kind of a nice fancy camera gear. And he took a picture of some woman who didn't want a picture taken of her, and she started hitting him. And he didn't do anything, but she started hitting him, and then two guys got involved, and the woman was black, so he went off on Twitter, and he's very kind of opinionated and verbose. So he said something about they're you know, they're animal, like the people that were attacking him were animals, and because he said stuff before that was kind of like really borderline. If people were looking for racist stuff, you'd kind of find it,
right?
You know,
when I used to do college radio, the manager, the station manager says, "Look, there are groups out there who this is how they get off. They will listen to." Oh, that GoPro's full now.
Yeah, is this still recording?
This is still recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna end this interview with just first-person perspective because that GoPro, its card is full.
Okay.
So. Anyway, we should pick a moment to sign. I'll sign off in like a mile.
Finish your story, and then we'll do that.
Yeah. There are people, there are groups who this is how they get meaning in their lives. They listen to college radio, or they listen to everything, and they sit there in a very sublime way, as in the band. Insufferable, informer, crazy fools, wait with your fingers crossed for you to break the rules.
Right.
Right. I don't mean to wax poetic about sublime douche rock. Although I did like them back in the day. And I admit, you hear Santeria come on, I do not change the radio station.
You are masterful with your digressions. You're absolutely masterful with But yeah,
what were we talking about?
There are a lot of people who are professionally offended at things.
Right. Like, so there are people who will listen to radio stations. So you got to understand that they're out there. They're going to attack. You're going to want to make it hard for them to attack you.
Right. Yep. Well, I guess we can end there. Okay, so is there anything you want to plug specifically other than your awesome YouTube channel that everybody should subscribe to? Because if they aren't, I don't know why they're even watching this video, but they should anyway, just in case they haven't heard of you.
If you like regular car reviews, and all you have to do is search YouTube for regular car reviews, or put it into put it into, you have the right of way, just go. Type regular car reviews in, watch regular car reviews. If you want a car show with a lot of dirty jokes in it and off-color humor and this voice coming up from now and again, this is the car show for you. And if you like it, you feel like tossing this little, very small YouTube channel, especially in regards to the rest of the ones that are out there, you want to toss us $1 a month through Patreon or Patreon, depending, you can do that too. So YouTube, regular car reviews.
Definitely. All right, well, that's it. Join us next time when we have somebody else in the passenger seat or in the driver's seat, wherever they may want to be. All right, so bye.
Bye.
All right, I hope you enjoyed the time with our guest because that was the last episode. And you can leave a comment down below to let us know what you think. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you even watch it? Be sure to follow Mr. Regular on his channel, especially if you like meat. If you like this video just a little bit, hit the subscribe button on top of me because I promise you it will get better. It can't get any worse.